Yeah, we back. Elite live streams, man. What's good, y'all? How you guys doing out there? We here. We back with another live stream, man. I had to go back because you know last stream that just dropped. Make sure you guys check that one out. Went in on Candace Owens. You know what I'm saying? Had a very fun, exciting live discourse with the chat. It was going crazy. Everybody was, having their opinions. And of course, that followed into now, if you go to the video, you got hella comments. People are mad. The racists are upset that we're calling them out, that we holding them accountable, that we are bringing everything to the forefront. And I'm using my channel to raise awareness. They don't like it, y'all. I've been on this channel. I'm talking positivity. I'm posting good videos. I'm at concerts. I'm doing whatever I want to do, as Brandon does. Start talking about what's going on in the world. I start talking about, what's going on with white supremacy and people losing their dang minds. Look at it. Look at the response. The views are just going up. The people are talking crazy in the comments. It's insane right now, guys. I cannot believe this. But I had to hop in because now we got a scenario and situations where these MAGAs are showing up to historically black college universities for no reason. No one asked for this. That's just where we're going to start. Nobody asked for this, guys. No one asked for any of this, for them to show up. No one's trying to debate you guys. No one cares. Nobody cares, guys. Trust me, no one cares about what you have to say. Go and debate with your people, okay? We don't have anything to do with what's been going on. Charlie Kirk was unalived by another white person. Y'all go debate amongst yourselves. We don't have anything to do with this. But the fact that they are targeting historically black colleges to antagonize the black American students who are just there living their best lives, not trying to, get into any trouble. They're out there chasing, a better life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get their education. And then you got these fools showing up for no reason, understanding that what's happening right now, the climate that we're in right now, these guys don't care. They're there to antagonize. They're there to create division. They are there to get views. And that's what they got. You feel me? That's what they got. They got the views. Now everybody's talking about them, but that's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to go here to antagonize and to create a certain type of energy and a certain type of atmosphere for black students who, like I said, did not ask for this. They're just going to school, man. They don't care. Why is it that you guys are showing up here? They don't have anything to do with this. They don't want anything to do with this. And you guys are trying to bring this, to, like I said, antagonize, create a certain level of like I said, controversy, very controversial, right? You know what I mean? These guys do this to rage bait and get attention and get views. And so, we're going to talk about it because, I'm going to hold the mirror up to these fools every single time because I've had enough of this crap. And so at the end of the day, we finally got some action where now, it's nothing but facts. You feel me? To bring to the table. So bring this up for you guys. Let's listen to the story as they talk. This is Fox 17 News. Breaking news, guys.
We had a group of people come and start to heckle us.
Why even provoke on our campus?
New tonight, chaos here at the Tennessee State University campus after a debate group visits the campus wearing MAGA hats and carrying signs against DEI and illegal immigration.
All right, so first things first, they're not even mentioning that they were there illegally. They cannot be on campus, all right? Anybody who's gone to college, anybody who has had higher learning, when you're on a college campus, there has to be a reason for you to be there. And especially if you go to a private university, those places are locked down, all right? You either have to have your ID card on you or you have to have a safety card to get through the, safety barricades in the very front, security. Okay, so the fact that these kids can just show up on some campus unannounced, no one knows that they're coming. All right, We don't know what's going on, especially in this climate right now. I don't know if you could come to a school and want to do something to the school. We don't know. So the fact that these guys can just show up, you know what I'm saying, with no announcement, all right? No one knew that they were here. So then it creates, like I said, a level of chaos, a level of, uncertainty, and also anxiety because people don't know what they're trying to do, right?
17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from TSU tonight after speaking with both students and that debate group.
Most students I spoke with are calling the conservative group who showed up here at TSU hateful. That group tells me they were just trying to have civil discourse with the students and are accusing those who push back of inciting violence. Video shows spirited Tennessee State University students gathered around the Fearless Debates group. David Cate is a co-founder.
We went from a peaceful conversation with students to quite literally a mob inciting violence against us.
Bro, now understand, this is a scenario where the narrative is trying to be changed already. No one asked you guys to be there. Nobody. You were not even allowed to be on that campus. Are you a student? Do you go here? Do you go to Tennessee State? No, you don't. So what are you doing on the campus? And let's go back, because I mean, I hate to say this, guys, but like, seriously, does this guy look white to you? Anybody in the chat? I mean, I'm not trying to be like that, but like, come on, dude. His name is David Cate. That last name, what? I'm sorry, guys, but like, this be the problem. It be these ones, the Candace Owenses. Like, bro, like, you are you an ethnic person? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, because I don't see it. Am I tripping? Y'all let me know, because like, this guy doesn't look like a white dude. I'm trying to understand here. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I get it, like, okay, yeah, like, he's here to debate, but like, no one asked you to be here. You're a security risk. Like, you could have had a gun on you, bro. This is some other type stuff. Like, bro, like, we don't even know who you are, and you're over here just setting up a table. How old are you? I'm just gonna go off of the hairline. Just off the hairline. I'm sorry, guys, off the hairline. That ain't no 20-year-old hairline, guys. Y'all help me understand, because this dude don't look 20. He don't look like he in college. Why are you on a college campus? Somebody help me understand. Like, I'm trying to understand why this guy is on the college campus unannounced, antagonizing students who are just going to better themselves and gain some higher learning. Like, I don't get this.
Violence against us.
He tells me they are trying to encourage debate on the heels of Charlie Kirk's murder. The signs the group brought read, "DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. Let's talk." TSU senior Layla Johnson was there when it all went down on Tuesday. What did you think about the group coming onto this campus with those signs?
I just feel like it was unnecessary. Like, why would you come to a HBCU with all that commotion, knowing that we're gonna say something about it? Like, they're just like insane.
Why did you?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Like, I would say the most obvious. Clearly, they're there to create and controversy so that they can get views, so then people can put them on TV like this guy has right here, where he can be platformed, and then now that sends the bell whistle to all the other races so that they can come and then go ahead and act like they're a part of this whole thing, And it's ridiculous, because it's like I said, nobody asked for this. None of these students asked for this. No one wanted a part in this at all. But this guy is, like I said, he doesn't look like he's a student. He doesn't look like he's a student age. He doesn't look young. Why are you on a college campus, bro? Like, what's the point?
Your group pick a historically Black college to have this conversation.
Is there a reason why we shouldn't go to historically Black colleges to have these conversations? We're not limiting who we want to go speak to based off their race, based off their gender.
The university
Family, this is what I said. This is a deflection tactics, And this is how they go ahead and try to gaslight you to make it think that what they're doing is okay. And that's not okay. Like I said, nobody knew who these guys were, and they just showed up on a campus. Bro, that's illegal. That's trespassing. And that's why you got escorted up out of there. You were breaking the law. And I love how these people always talk about laws and following the laws and doing the right things and making sure that you're not trespassing on somebody else's land. But any opportunity they get, they over here disrespecting people's universities. Bro, there's laws in place that keep you off of campuses away from students. Like I said, this guy doesn't look like he's some young dude. He looks like a grown man. Look at this dude. Look at that hairline. Does he look 19? Does he look like a college student to you guys? He doesn't look like a college student to me. He looks like a middle-aged dude who's trying to, get some clicks for no reason, trying to incite, controversy and create a viral moment so that he can go ahead and get his little views and his little notoriety from this. So then it could send, like I said, the little bell whistles out to the rest of, those supporters. And then he can try to, parlay this into something. It's crazy that this dude even was able to get a platform to be able to, spread this out. It's like, bro, like you weren't even supposed to be here. No one even asked you to be here, dude. Like ridiculous, Listen to this
Gender.
dude.
The university is calling the group's actions hostile and saying TSU students conducted themselves in a professional and respectful manner.
Take a look at our last 6 stops, our first 6 stops. We have not had an issue like this whatsoever.
Layla believes they were not there for debate, but to provoke students.
I don't agree with it. Like, it's just nonsense.
All we did was set up a table.
I mean, you wear the MAGA hat, right? What's the point? You're wearing the MAGA hat. What's the point? All right, Edgar, give me a second. I got to cook on this first, and then we can go ahead and get into it later because I got to cook on this part. So you wearing the MAGA hat. What's the point? Right? It is to let people know immediately where you stand on the side of the street. And if that's where you stand on the side of the street, cool, bro. But at the end of the day, like they said, what's the point of going to an HBCU? Shouldn't these conversations be had amongst your own? Oh, that's right, because your boy just got taken out doing one of these in Utah at one of your own universities. Maybe that's why. Maybe you guys think that like these things won't happen in the HBCU. I don't know the logic of a fool, right? But at the end of the day, what that does is, like I said, it sends a signal to the rest of these dudes who want to act like this is something noble, and it's just not necessary. Nobody asked for this, bro. Nobody asked for any of this, dude. No one asked you to come to a college, all right, where people are actually going to school. There are classes currently happening right now. You're using a way to distract and to also antagonize students who had nothing to do with this. What does the black community have to do with Charlie Kirk, man? That's where we got to start. Please help me understand. I thought that Charlie Kirk was all over on that side. Why are you guys obsessed with the black community? I need to understand how us as the black community, how does our lives affect yours? If we're such a non-factor, that's what I don't get. You guys want to have conversations about stuff that we don't even care about, dude. Okay, bro. Yeah. All right. Black on black crime. All right, cool. Yeah. We want to talk about DEI. All right. Well, DEI is over here. It's over. It's disbanded. Why are we still talking about it? If DEI is over, you guys got what you wanted. Why are we still talking about it? Cool. You guys got it. But at the end of the day, when you guys continue to antagonize and try to, stir up controversy, that shit just is lame, bro. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, if we're going to be up here and we're going to have debates, fine, let's have discourse. But let's not live in the past if we're going to do that, right? And if we are, don't disregard history. That'd be my thing. If we're going to talk for real, let's talk for real. And if we're going to talk history, let's talk history. But don't try to disregard when I actually hit you with facts. when we're actually talking about what is happening directly to us as a community. And when you do these type of things, that tells me that you're just doing it for likes, family. You're just doing it to try to incite violence and try to incite a reaction. And cool, you got your reaction, fine. You got your news time, right? You got your little news article. You know what I'm saying? You got your little, look at this. This dude got his little video.
The university says a group was escorted from campus. Kate denies that.
Yeah,
He instead says they were taken away for safety.
Oh, all content is good content, right? You guys don't care anymore, right? Okay, well, if that's the case, then why do it here? Go to Utah again. Go back. Go back to the scene of the crime. Who's going to be the first one to do that? Who's going to be the first one to go back to the scene of the crime and stand on business for Charlie, for your boy? Yeah, ain't nobody gonna be doing that. Ain't nobody trying to stand on business for real. Everybody just want to talk. You guys want to debate. Enough debates. What y'all gonna do? The government just killed your boy. What y'all gonna do about it? It ain't got nothing to do with Democrats. It ain't got nothing to do with Republicans. What if I told you that it's both? What if I told you that they're playing all of y'all? What if it's a conspiracy? What if they're all working together? Crazy concept, no? Crazy concept, no? What you think? I think that makes sense. Charlie was a pawn, and I know that hurts y'all heart. I know it hurts so bad to think, oh man, what a tragedy. But guess what? Like I said on my stream yesterday, the Black community has been through that more than enough times. So, sure, I know what that feels like. But guess what? You got to do something about it. You got to do something about it. Black community, we've been fighting 400 years, family. We ain't sit back and let nothing just happen to us. We going to stand up and say something. And that's what people don't like. They don't like when people come on here and got something to say. They don't like when we bring up history, and they don't like when we gonna keep our foot on y'all neck because you keep talking crazy. Yeah, nah, they don't like that shit at all. But it's okay because that's what we do this for. You know what I'm saying? So let's finish this news article.
TSU adds they were not authorized on campus.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to continue to just show up to public universities if they don't answer?
Absolutely. It's our free speech. It's our these campuses have a free speech area. They're public universities.
All right, real quick, y'all. Again, does this dude look like a student? How old is this guy? Help me understand. What are you doing on a college campus, bro? You look 36, my boy. Look at that hairline. Is that a hairline of a young man? This guy doesn't look like a student age. He doesn't look like he's a part of any type of student union or community. He looks like a dude trying to get views and inciting nothing but antagonistic, stupid viewpoints that don't even make sense anymore. Bro, DEI, why are we still talking about this when it's over? They've already disbanded it. What is there to talk about? Oh, the same thing. What is DEI gonna? He said DEI should be illegal on that sign, family. I don't know what's wrong with people, dog. Like, why? Like, what's the point? Help me understand what's the point. Because at the end of the day, when you look at it from an outside perspective, all you have to do is follow what motherfuckers got to say, bro. Okay, cool. DEI should be illegal. Why? Who? What? I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. It's silly. It's stupid. It makes no sense. And it's antagonistic behavior. Like I said, you're doing it just to make people get riled up. You're doing it so that people can be in a certain mindset so that you can feel like you trolling, right? You want to rage bait somebody. You want to go out here and try to make it seem like, oh, no, we're just trying to have a simple debate. We're just trying to, have a simple debate. And it's just like, dude, like that doesn't even add up. Like, because at the end of the day, if it was a debate, you schedule it, right? You go to the school, you say, hey, I'm part of this organization. I want to debate your best. And then you go ahead and you allow them to prepare. You give them time, and then we can meet on a level playing field to talk. But that's not what they want to do. They just want to go on here. They want to get that little video like he did, hold it up, make it seem like, oh yeah, like nothing's going on, guys. We're just here trying to have a conversation. And then dip off with the views, bro. Sleazy people, man. Like, this is the world we're living in, though. People talk about, oh, there's something wrong with social media. Yeah, it's also something wrong with these influencers who are going out of their way to create nothing but chaos, bro. Like, why? Charlie Kirk? Fam. Charlie Kirk was at a Utah university over there talking to his people. Okay, they did that to him. What that got to do with us? I don't understand. I just don't get it, guys. Like, y'all got to really help me understand what that has to do with black people. Like, what does our existence, what are we doing that has anything to do with Charlie Kirk other than us pointing out the hypocrisy? Hey, man. We told y'all the government be taking people out. We told y'all that the government was corrupt. We told y'all to not trust the government. Y'all just didn't want to believe us because we black. And so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So now we're in a scenario where you got people now who are saying that, you feel me? We're about to, you feel me? It's over. The world is ending, guys. And the fact that we're in this space now is quite hilarious, but I think it's important that we talk about this because it's only adding to the conversation. Because I like to do shit in layers here at Elite Media. Okay, we do this in layers. So second layer is now we're gonna talk about the economy in conjunction to the BS that's going on right now. Okay. So watch this. You feel me? I got a little something here that I want to show y'all. You feel me? Let's go there. Bang. All right. Let's listen.
250 years, and the United States is right on schedule.
This country will never recover. There is no coming back from this, and that is in fact a good thing for us. America needed to implode from the inside because Lord knows there is no one outside of us that will make that shit happen. We had to do it to ourselves. This country has never been good. That was all a lie. It was all propaganda. This country was built on the foundations of racism, genocide, patriarchal systems, and one of the most exploitive economic systems that humans have ever seen in all of our history, and that is capitalism.
Listen, man, it's where we at now. People are waking up. People are having conversations that they haven't had before. Why? Because we have flipped. Everything's flipped. Everything's flipped, guys. Ain't no more hiding. Word, ain't no more hiding. You can't hide no more. Whether you want to hide behind your little party, whether you want to hide behind your racism, all that shit's getting called out, family. And we here for it. We are here to expose any BS that's going on because it's important. You feel me? And if you got a problem with that, that's on you. Too bad. Because guess what? You can go and build your own platform and start to go ahead and speak to whatever you have to speak to. I'm right here at Elite Media because we built this from the ground up. People in my comments trying to shame somebody from building something. Oh, you only got this many subscribers, blah, 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 blah. So what, bro? You think Rome was built in a day, but then y'all want to act like y'all some build it up from the ground type peoples. Right? Nah, y'all just like everybody else. You want to try to shame somebody for doing something just because you not. That's too bad, man. That's too bad because guess what? We still getting the views. We still getting the production. That doesn't stop any output over here. All right? Like I said, there was a time when I wasn't and I was just sitting in the background paying attention. I figured my shit out and now it's coming. Nothing but output. And ain't nobody gonna stop it because the train is already on the tracks, motherfuckers.
Our foundations are bad. And this is what resulted from that. It's built into every single facet of our lives. It's built into our education system, our criminal justice system, our healthcare, our laws, our economy, everything that constitutes a daily part of our existence. They have the ingredients for the roots with which this country came from.
Listen, man, y'all gotta stop playing games with us here. You're insulting people's intelligence, people who are smart, people who have taken time to study, people who have watched the economy, people who have experience. All right. I've worked for Fortune 100 companies my entire career. All right. I come from a rock solid background. My resume is solid. Right. And with that experience, I was able to peep game and just see how the world works. I've traveled. I've gone to different countries. I've paid attention to how other countries run their business. And for a long time, like I've been saying on a couple videos, since 2016, I've been seeing a lot of BS going on, you know? And from a grown perspective, you got to pay attention more than sometimes you have to participate, right? And then once you figure out what you're going to do, what lane you're going to take, then you could go ahead and start to push right through the universe. You dig? And so, yeah, now I'm here and I can speak to this eloquently because I have the experience and I have the time and the effort that it takes to understand how the world works. And I'm still learning. I'm still a student. And that's why a lot of people are stuck, because they don't understand that it don't stop. Just because you've grown and made yourself and figured some things out, it don't stop. You are a constant student. You must always be a constant student. You feel me? I'll always be a young grasshopper. In my mind, though, I'm a master. You feel me? But the young grasshopper stays hungry. You feel me?
And there is no making that better. It's like baking a cake with regular flour and then wanting to make it a gluten-free cake. It's not going to happen. You can't do that. So you scrap the whole cake and you bake a new one with gluten-free flour. It's like cleaning out an infectious wound. If you don't get every last bit of the bad bacteria, it will get reinfected. A tumor, if you don't scrape out every single last cancerous cell, the tumor will regrow. And that is the reason why we keep seeing this shit popping up every single generation. We are fighting the same fucking fights over and over because we have never completely cleaned out the racist, patriarchal, capitalist, genocidal roots that are our foundations in this country.
And I tell people this all the time, especially right here on this channel on Elite Media. I am an advocate for history. I study history. I am obsessed with history. Okay? You can see behind me, all these vinyl records behind me. That is an archive of history, okay? Something that some people will never be able to touch, right? And guess what? When you study history, it helps you understand the present and understand the future. And if we continue on the way that we've been, we are destined to repeat ourselves. And that's why on this channel, I will always speak out against racist, fascism, BS, capitalistic, one mind, bleep. I have to be careful because I want to monetize. I can't be cussing, but you know what I mean. We not finna be on here speaking against genocide if we're got to make sure that we're holding the line on that. All right. Genocide is wrong in any capacity. And the fact that nobody is going to address the fact that this has happened over many generations, and the fact that when people bring it up, they want to call us victims. Listen, man. Listen, bro. This is where we at in this world, man. We got people who are literally being apologists for Nazis, fam. That's where we at. We in a neo-Nazi regime, and motherfuckers is being apologists for it. This is crazy.
It has to crumble. It has to. And the shitty part about it is how much collateral damage there will be in the process and in terms of the people who are harmed by this.
Listen, man, it's already happening. It's already happening. It's already happening, guys. They are already doing this. There are already people suffering right now. People everywhere across the country, man. People's benefits, people's homes being taken every single day, people getting put out, homelessness, unemployment, all are going like this. All of it just going up. Everything is just getting worse, guys. And they want to make it seem like, oh, it's just started. No, this has been happening for a while. It's just no one's been paying attention. Everyone was so caught up on winning, right? Winning the election. Oh, Trump's gonna win. We gotta get back. These motherfuckers storm the dang White House, y'all. People forget about this, man. They stormed the White House. People forgot. They literally stormed the White House, took it over, ran through there. People was defecating on the president's desk, y'all. Savages, man. They did that. And we just here acting like, oh yeah, it's all good. And then Charlie Kirk gets taken out and everybody's like shocked. Bro, we are literally living chaos right now. You guys think that, oh, just because it was your boy, because he got hit, now everything is over. No, it's been going on. Y'all just, man.
But every single one of us is now paying the price for the evil, oppressive systems that our ancestors built this country on. That is their legacy. And so it is our responsibility to be better ancestors to our descendants.
That's it. It gotta start with us. And that's why on this channel, people in the comments of my videos, they just be commenting. They don't even watch the video. Because if you watch my videos, if you watch my live streams, you will understand that I'm about more than just this one side, right or left. This is about the people versus the oligarchs. This is about the people versus the billionaires. Like I said, I have an extensive history working in corporate America. Not just, oh, I've been on this. No, bro. I used to have to wear a suit and tie every day to go to work, family. Okay? I come from that. So I saw with my own eyes how this stuff works. People talking about DEI and all this stuff. I could have been one of those people talking about, no, DEI doesn't work because I was once an executive and I was once this. No, it does, because I reach a certain level and people will cap you out. That's just how it goes, family. I'm not going to be stupid and act like I don't know what goes on, though. I'm going to speak about it because I can. I have the history and the resume to do that. Experience. I be seeing people on this internet come on here, talk crazy, and got no experience, never did nothing in their life, never experienced anything, never even traced their dreams. But you trying to go on here and tell somebody how to live their life, bro? You ain't even made your bed this morning, and you want to tell somebody how to live, bro? First of all, it takes a certain level of experience to even be able to speak at a certain level. That's first of all. Secondly, right now, we are in the internet era where people can look you up openly. Okay? And that's why I'm on here with my face. All right? I'm not hiding. You can look me up. I have a real life, a real family. All right? So when I come on here, it's not just me talking out of my ass. All right? I actually have done this. I lived this. So when I'm on here speaking about issues that are affecting not only me, but my community, yeah, I'm not going to be afraid of that. Just like you guys were saying that Charlie was so brave for whatever he said. Okay, well, how come I can't say what I want to say? Yeah, nobody got nothing to say about that, bro. They just want to talk.
To build a system that they don't have to suffer from 100, 200 years from now.
We are watching the downfall of America. And when I first started saying stuff like this months ago, I literally got bullied off of this app for a few months because there's so many people just like calling me crazy and saying I'm like violent. And there are a lot of people specifically who were saying like it's delusional to think that because it's not going to happen overnight.
I told people, and I've been telling people since 2016, I have been on multiple platforms in between Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, telling people what was going to happen. I showed you guys in the last live streams about the DOJ deleting that report where they talked about white nationalist groups being the biggest threat to terrorism in America, bro. They took it out. And this was right after the Charlie Kirk assassination. All right. So you cannot tell me that these things were not happening. They've been happening. They know what's going on. They just have an incentive to make sure that you don't, because it would incite a certain level of panic that nobody is ready for. Only a few of us, of course, but if you hear, you listening. You know what I'm saying? Because this is real.
But no one said it was going to happen overnight. We literally have been watching it beginning to happen over the past year. It's taken an entire year to build up to this point, and it's still building up to a breaking point. And the reality is, when it comes to things like revolutions and the downfall of entire empires, there is usually not like a single event that happens that can be pinpointed as the beginning of that revolution. It is usually a series of events over a period of time.
All right. So what's been happening? Let's talk about it. All right. We got the ICE raids, right? Immigration is going crazy, right? Cool. All right. Boom. You get all those people up out of here. All right. Cool. Bang. You got that. Next, you got DEI and everything that's coming with the layoffs after DEI. So boom, you got a whole community of people who are now unemployed and are now dependent on the government. Bang, take them out. Thirdly, you got people losing their benefits. All right. So healthcare and stuff that they were using for the county, right? Even food stamps. Boom, taking all that now. Now you got old folks who are definitely going to be passing away. If they didn't pass away from the vid, you know, or the jab, then they going to die from not having no benefits to go and get, you know, the treatment that they need, or to pay for the pills, or, you know, whatever they may need in those very rural areas in America. All right. You guys love to talk about the Black community and them being on food stamps and all that. But guess who was the biggest recipients? Rural white America, okay, is the biggest recipients of these benefits. So when you take all that away, right, then as well, you take away the working class, right? So all those farmers who had all those illegal people working on those farms are cooked. It's a wrap for them. They're done. All right. So they're asking for bailouts now. They're asking Trump, and they're having rallies and going to city town halls and talking crazy, having group prayer. Okay. It's all happening. All right. It's all happening. Tariffs. All right. Tariffs. We got to mention the tariffs, y'all. Okay. This is my zone. All right. Import, export. Okay. Procurement. Yes. I worked in that business for over 12 years. Yes. Buying and trading of goods. Oh, yes. You don't think that that is affecting people in this video? They're going to talk about it. So we got to get to it, because I'm on stream mode. I got time today, though. So I'm probably going to be on stream for a minute today, y'all.
But we are watching it. We are in the beginning stages of it. An empire falls every 250 years, and America's hitting 250 years in 2 years, 2026, a year and a half, actually. And by the
every empire falls every 250 years. We on year 249, y'all. Do you think there's any significance to that? Let me know in the chat if you think that there is any significance to that. You know, I'm a pretty spiritual guy. Everybody knows that about me. You feel me? I'm a very spiritual man. So you ask me, nothing is by happenstance or coincidence if you believe in the Most High, right? So I saw some people who was in my comment section saying that they was Christians and evangelists. What do you think? Do you think that there's something to that, sir or ma'am? Let me know.
The way, when we say the downfall of America, no one.
Every empire tells the same story.
All right, let's skip ahead because I don't know. You know, my boy, he kind of be giving a little bit. I want to get to this part though, right here. Yeah, let's go.
You can't stop it. It's impossible. But you can arrest it, and you can build a glide slope down which the empire slides, if you will, because there are equals in the world now. China, of course, is one of them. With nuclear weapons, you must say that Russia is one of them. And India comes very close to being one of them.
All right. So off top, we have already, like they mentioned earlier, we have already established that America has already created enough enemies to where now our enemies are linking up. This is a byproduct of, if you've ever read, you feel me, The Art of War. Hey, my enemy becomes my best friend. Like my enemy is my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what happens. Hey, we can all unite on all of our, you feel me, grievances against America, and let's work together. We don't need their money. We don't need their resources because their economy is dying anyways. We don't make anything. We don't manufacture anything here. So we're going to be cooked.
It's a multipolar world now. You can't have a hegemon that is all things to all people 24/7.
The American empire is over. We're done. We peaked about 12, 15 years ago, and we are on a down. And it's very hard for the American people, which I understand. I am one. It's hard to get your head around that.
Listen, that's where we at. We are literally in now a grievance. That's why all these white boys mad, man. That's why everybody's so upset, because they know what's coming, but they don't want to admit it. They want to point the finger. You know what I mean? They want to look for somebody else to blame. When in reality, it's the ones who they admire. It's the ones who y'all look up to. Trump, who y'all voted for, he wants this to happen because all of his buddies, all his billionaire friends, they're going to get paid on the destruction of America. But all of us, the regular folks, the people who had to work, people who had to go to school, people who had to put money into a trade school, we the ones who going to get cooked over this. That's just what happens, bro. That's what happens.
We've had a century of on the way up, which is a lot more fun than on the way down. But it does happen to every empire. We're only the latest. Look at the British, how far they've fallen. We're in that process. So the problem with the trickle down is, yeah, there might be more jobs, but they're going to be created in China. They're going to be created in Brazil. They're going to be created in India.
Like I said, man, all the outsourcing, all this AI stuff, anytime you call on the phone to the automated system, who answers? It's an Indian dude overseas. You feel me? Every single time. Or they're in the Philippines or somewhere, Asia, it's already happening. This is already happening, y'all. No manufacturing here. They just shut down that Kia plant in Atlanta because ICE raided that. So they got them up out of there. All them Koreans up out of there. I'm telling you, man, it's not looking good.
They're not created here. We have the greatest level of corporate debt this country has ever seen, off the chart. The greatest level of personal debt. And we have the greatest level of government debt. Our government debt is now trillions of dollars greater than our annual output. That was not the case in the 20th century. It is.
And that's the thing. People don't understand. A lot changes over time. A lot changes. You feel me? Hey, Edgar, listen, bro, this is my platform. I'll get to you when you want to get to. If you want to chill and watch. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't make my shows around other people. This is stuff that I want to talk about. And then when I'm finished, if you want to debate, you hop up here and I'm going to drop the link. But until then, you can sit your ass there and watch like everybody else, or you can dip, whatever you're trying to do, bro.
Is the case now. What you're seeing is desperation politics. The whole Trump phenomena ought to say to you, wait a minute, these jerky moves that are out of whack, right? In recent days, we have seen the decision of the Trump administration to kiss the war in Ukraine goodbye. We're not doing that no more because we can't afford it.
That's it, man. We're bleeding money into things that have nothing to do with us, bro. We have nothing to do with the Ukraine war. Let them handle their business. But America just putting our nose in other people's business for, of course, money.
We can't keep funding a war, which, by the way, the West is losing, as anybody who pays attention knows. All of these things are signs of what? Of a country that is in trouble and is turning on its friends because it can to save itself. We're going to take over, we're going to get your energy for nothing. We're going to, make you build the wall, you in Mexico. Look what the genius in a way of Mr. Trump is that without understanding it, because clearly he doesn't, he feels in his own way, the way lots of people do, that there's something that necessitates going way beyond what has been done.
Listen, man, there will never be enough. All right. There will never be enough for these people. They're going to keep pushing and pushing to try to get more and more and more. And it's only making it worse. You feel me?
Because our need as a society is beginning to show up. Look, let me give you a simple example. The best electric vehicles in the world right now, but by uniform global agreement, are produced by something called the BYD Corporation, which probably most folks have never heard of, which is Chinese. BYD, the initials, BYD.
All right. So off top, we already know that the electric car bubble right now is on the cusp of busting because Elon Musk has so much invested in America and the manufacturing here that it creates a certain level where we have now made it a monopoly and we cannot have any competition because he has too much money invested. Right? So all the money that he has invested here has created a way to where we cannot get any competitors to come here so we can get electric cars at a much cheaper rate. If that makes sense to anybody who understands import, export, like I'm going to break it down for you as usual.
They make the best quality, cheapest electric car and truck. All right. You don't see them anywhere in the United States. Why not? Because Mr. Trump put a 27% tariff on them and Mr. Biden raised it to 100%.
All right, guys. So look, he just mentioned that, right? The reason why we cannot get that, specific brand of electric cars is because Trump put that 27% tariff and then Biden raised it to 100%. So understand, like I always make it clear here on Elite Media, these are two birds, two wings of the same bird, right? Two wings of the same bird. Okay. Regardless of what you guys may say, Trump or Biden, they both conspire to create the chaos that we all live under. And it is imperative that people understand this, that there is no friends among, us, but among them, they're buddies. They've known each other for years. They've got money invested with each other. They are not enemies like you think that they are, because behind closed doors, they're chummy. They all feel the same way, and they all subject themselves to white supremacy, and that's what they love, and they want to keep that status quo. Please believe me.
So let me give you an example. If you wanted to buy a $30,000 BYD electric vehicle, which you could do, that's what they charge. That's why it's so good. You would have to pay $30,000 to get the Chinese to ship it here. Then you'd have to give another $30,000, 100%. tariff to Uncle Sam, or in this case, Uncle Don, in the way of a tariff. So it would cost you $60,000, which you're not going to do because you can get a less good Tesla or GM or Ford or anybody else at $40,000 to $50,000, which is less than you'd have to pay. But here's the problem.
I was gonna say, because right now this sounds like a good plan to a lot of people. Trump has said,
now listen to this part.
Not just
listen
to China.
To this part.
Although
he's going to
double existing tariffs to China, obviously.
Right.
but Mexico, Canada, everybody. If we intensify the tariffs, the scenario you just painted will happen, and people will be forced to buy U.S. stuff,
right?
Which then creates U.S. jobs, which again stimulates the economy.
All right, let me be the economy.
Now, listen, this is a very important part. So, guys, I want you guys to pay attention to this because this will probably be the last part, and then I could just, you feel me, start cooking on some, debate. Let some people come up here and talk what they got to talk because this is probably the most important part of the video. So, listen.
Okay, that's good for the Tesla company, which I'm sure is purely coincidental, and GM and Ford and the others. Good. And they'll maybe be able to hold on to some jobs. Good. But now let's follow the bouncing ball. That's my job as an economist.
Yeah.
Everywhere else in the world, every company in Asia, Africa, Latin America that competes with an American company that has to buy a truck as part of its business will go to China and buy the best truck at the lowest price, $30,000, the best truck. No American company that competes with them will do that. And you know what that means? Those companies will be able to charge a lower price because they have better inputs than the American company, which doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
In the long run, that will lose Americans' jobs left and right as they're outcompeted by all the rest of the world that can go and buy and is buying BYD trucks. If you
all right, listen, and this is where I'll leave that. This already happened in the fashion industry. Fast fashion is the quintessential pyramid of that model. All right. When you are able to make something so cheap that no one else can compete, you kill the competition. And that's what's happening. Elon Musk is cooked. There's no way that he's going to be able to compete when any other country can buy a BYD electric truck for not only that, a much smaller fraction, and then be able to sell it for cheaper. There's no way, bro. No way. So look, I'm about to drop the link in the chat. Anybody who want to hop up here and talk, got anything to say, please holla at your boy. There you go. The link is in the chat. We can talk and we can discuss anything within the topics I talked about today. Right-wing targeting the HBCUs. We could talk about that and antagonizing Black Americans. We can also talk about everything that I just talked about right now in the fall of the American empire. All right. What's up? So I'm not going to be on here too much longer because, like I said, I'm a real person. I got real life. You know what I'm saying? I work out. I take care of myself. I must do that every day. So let me know, because otherwise, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody who came through because I could cook on all these all these fake comments. People just talking crazy in my comment section. Like it's wild. You know what I mean? It's wild just sometimes what you see from people where you have a platform, you create a platform, you want to, do something with yourself and speak against BS. There's always going to be people who are going to come and have something to say about what you're trying to do. You feel me? And that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? Like you see that all the time where you think that, somebody might, resonate with what you're saying. And there are a lot of people who do, but a lot of people who do, you know what I mean? They get turned away by the negativity and the BS that people try to leave in your comments. You feel me? I got people in my comments trying to shame me because I don't have a lot of subscribers. Like that stops somebody from being able to speak about something. Or I have people trying to say other things, very disparaging things as far as like nothing to do with the topic, but more personal attacks. Like there was a person who was trying to justify white supremacy. I just deleted the comment. Like, I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not that channel who just leaves comments up for you guys to just say whatever you want to say. Like, no, I'll delete your comment, bro. If it's negative, like, that's just not how we do it here. Like, you should delete it. Like, that's just how it goes. Like, we don't play them games over here, man. Racism has no space in this place. And so if you saying racist things or if you got, some justification, we gonna holler at you. All right, let's see. Edgar's here. Let me make sure your mic is working first, my boy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little. Is it on? Like, because it might just. It seems like it's just getting your computer. It's not getting the mic, which is cool. I mean, you know, if you want your audio to be fucked up,
oh, you hear me?
Can you turn up the mic?
Hello.
Yeah, it's not working, bro. But it's cool. Like they can still hear you. It's just the audio ain't gonna be the best. You might need to get a new mic, or you feel me? Maybe set up your computer a certain way or something.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you good?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right, man. So you had a lot to say in the comments, bro. So I'm gonna let you explain yourself. All right. So go ahead, explain who you are, where you're from. What is your ideology, sir?
All right, what's up, everyone? My name's Edgar Ramirez, from Arizona. And I mean, listen, I agree with you with a lot of things. Like, I think the government's corrupt. I think that the state of where we're going as a country, horrible. Like, the amount of like poverty and things going on, it's simply not for the people, right? Like, I agree with you on that. But I don't agree with you that it's like, I don't think it's a race war. I think it's
no,
I think it's a war.
I've never said race war. What we do here on this channel,
I'm not saying that.
I know, but let me explain though. What we do here is we're gonna hold up the mirror on both sides. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, from my stance, I understand how they're using the politics of what's happening right now to create division among races. That's what we're speaking on here. And the fact that I had to make sure that I, made my point about Candace Owens being a part of that and being a tool of that, I have a problem with that because I know what she's doing. I can see what she's doing. And that's why I had to make sure that I let my people who come over here and support my channel know what's going on for real. Because there's a lot of people who are just, cool, letting it happen, letting her talk crazy, not holding her accountable for what she's doing. And we all know it's all for money, bro. If she was doing this and I could see her, let me finish. I could see her in the community. She was actually out there helping black folks, doing something for the black community, really working. And then black folks was shitting on her and her efforts. Then sure, bro. Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody need to, figure it out. But that's not what's happening, bro. She's doing what we're doing right here, just talking on the internet, bro. And if that's what you're doing, I can't respect it because then I could come over here and say what I need to say. Like the fuck, like that's pretty much the straightforward answer is like if Candace Owens was doing what she wants to see in the community, if she was married to a black man, if she had a black family, all right, and then she had some actual skin in the game, family.
You're bringing it back to race. You're bringing it back to race.
That's what she talks about. Is that not what she talks about?
What does she say that you don't like or don't agree with?
Okay.
For an example.
For example, I didn't like the fact that she had to go out of her way to talk down on George Floyd when everyone knew that he wasn't a saint. Nobody cared, bro. We didn't care if George Floyd, like what his history was or whatever it was. If somebody gets choked out by the police, bro, all right, and he's telling you he can't breathe, just get up off the guy. Hey, I'm just gonna move my knee, dog. My bad. Take him, arrest him, take him to jail. But the fact that you did that for 8 minutes, family, I got a problem with that. And the fact that she made it seem like, oh, it wasn't, he died from a drug overdose and all these other things. It's like, bro, I mean this respectfully. There aren't a lot of people who understand violence. And I hate to say it in that way, but it's just true. Like for instance, like anyone could talk about getting punched in the face, but if you actually been punched in the face, you know what that feels like, right? So I see Candace, and I don't think she understands really what it means to have a man, all right, put his his full weight on the back of your neck against concrete, family. Ain't nobody said that George Floyd was a saint, family, but all I'm saying is like, bro, like that's low-hanging fruit.
Right. Yeah. No,
And
I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. Yeah, I mean, it was wrong. I mean, it doesn't matter how you slice it. It's wrong to put your neck on somebody when they say they can't breathe. It's wrong, regardless.
Listen, bro. Like there's a lot of things in life that can be justified. And like I said, like violence is a different thing. But when you're doing it in that capacity, like, bro, like if he's telling you he can't breathe, I'm gonna believe him, right? And then at the same time, if he does pass away underneath those circumstances, I don't think it is crazy for anybody to try to, say, hey, this was wrong. But then for her to go out of her way and to try to make it seem like, oh, he's not a martyr, he's not this, he's not that. Okay, well, guess what? Now people are doing that to Charlie. Ain't that poetic justice? Ain't that poetic justice? Ain't that crazy?
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. Because I mean, I wasn't really into politics like before the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
Yeah.
Because I know politics. Like, I don't trust any politician. Like, I don't care what you tell me, bro. I don't trust you. It's just, I know how.
Unless you do the work. Unless you do the work. Unless I see you out there.
Wherever the money goes, that's what people are gonna say. They're gonna push a certain narrative. But what I respect about Candace is that she's independent. Like, you can't pay her money to like spit a certain narrative. Like every other media
that's a lie,
outlet,
bro. That's a lie,
every
bro.
other media outlet,
she just paid though.
You pay them and they're gonna say a certain narrative. People hate her because she says what she says and she stands behind it. Like,
listen to me when I tell you this, bro.
They say
it is on her, dog. She literally was on a certain line, a certain trajectory, right? And then she started working for these news outlets, right? And then once she started working for them news outlets, what did she do? She aligned with their ideology, right? Until it was a problem. Until it was a problem for her. And that's why I want people to understand, like, there's a pattern here. Like, okay, so what? All these people who y'all say, you feel me? Everybody loves to talk about these news outlets and people being all buttoned up and professional. All right. How is she not professional enough to be able to stay on any of these platforms, bro? It's because she has her own incentives, family. She has her own incentives about what she wants and the power structure that she wants for herself, bro. She wants to be Charlie Kirk. She wants to be on that level, and she couldn't get there. So instead of her getting there, now she feels the need to expose everyone, bro. That's so cheap. It was all good when you were benefiting, right? It was all good. You were getting paid. You were getting invited to all the little galas and all these little red carpet events. You're at speaking engagements. Trump's having you up there at the White House. It's all good, bro. But once everything started to shift, bro, and she started to understand her position and she wanted more, and they told her no. They put her in her place, dog. And so once she got put in her place, then now now she's independent. Now she's trying to expose the truth. And guess what? Now she's about to get sued. All right. The French government is not playing with her, dog. It's a wrap. That is not a game. Whatever she said about that lady and called her a trans person, that's a lie, bro. And she about to get sued for that. For millions of dollars, dog. They're pressing her right now on that. And guess what? That's just dessert, bro. You get what you get. When you're on here talking crazy and you're not backing up your stances, you're just saying stuff, you're lying. Bro, you're messing with real people, real political top level 1%ers, bro. This ain't just the internet no more. We ain't Nick Fuentes, all right? We ain't influencers. Like, this is real people who are actually like, she's married to the president of France. Like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like, unless you have proof, and you don't. So now you're cooked. So it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate that this has happened to her, because she could have done great things, bro. She could have been great, bro. She's such a smart, eloquent woman. She knows how to talk great. But that means nothing, bro, if you're working on the wrong side of history. And that's just what it is, bro. A lot of people are going to be on the wrong side of history, dog. And that's just what it is, man. Candace Owens, I got to say what I got to say, because at the end of the day, she out here lying. So if I'm calling her out with my 240 subscribers, you feel me? Then what the fuck? Like, what's the point?
Yeah, no, for sure. But let me go back to the like her being independent. Like she got fired from the Daily Wire and like I believe Turning Point 2 because she wouldn't apologize for ideas. Like she wouldn't push a certain narrative, and she stood on it. They're like, all right, get out of here. And she's like, all right, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna stand on what I believe in, and she did that. And then the French thing, like you mentioned, there was actually a documentary that came out that was made by French people, like these people that do documentaries, and they made it. They provided all this evidence, like eyewitnesses, like crazy stuff, and the French government like banned it from the internet. Like you couldn't find it anywhere, right? So what Candace did is she basically got in contact with people, like found it, exposed it, made a whole like episode about it, and then the French government, like, she was only gonna make one episode because she's like, oh, that's interesting. Why would they hide this if it wasn't true? So she made an episode, exposed it, and the French government actually sent somebody directly to her house, knocked on her door, and said, "You better stop making these videos." That's when she doubled down and made like more episodes, exposing even more. Because that's what I respect about her. Like she's not gonna fold. I respect people that don't fold. And I mean, and also that's what rich people do. Like you said, she's going against the top 1%. Bro, that's what rich people do when they want you to shut up. They sue the hell out of you. They drain your finance. That's what rich people do. They know it's about power and money, and they want to drain that. So I mean, I don't know if that basically goes against what you said or anything, but what do you think about what I just said?
Do you watch basketball?
I used to, but now it's all soft and
okay. Well, are you familiar with Kyrie Irving?
Oh yeah. Yes, I am.
Do you know where I'm going with this, right?
No, but I know
well, for the viewers, we'll go on the journey. So you mentioned about a video, right? That was a documentary.
Am I wrong though?
No, listen, I'm gonna go with your narrative. This is with your narrative. I'm just gonna go with that, right? Okay.
But do you
Kyrie Irving? No, let me go now. Let me go. I'll let you go. So Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving posted a link to a movie, right? About what? Hebrews who are actually black folks who allege that the real Jews are the people of Israel. And if you're familiar with the people of Israel, we are the lost tribe, right? Lost tribe of Israel is here in America, right? That's the belief, right? So he not only has to apologize for posting said link, he also loses his endorsement deal with Nike, right? He's never been back. They never brought him back. They never apologized. He lost his deal with Nike, right? Has to go and sign with the Chinese shoe company. Okay? So I say all that to say, no matter what you say, if you are underneath anyone's control, there is consequences, whether you think it's the truth or not. All right? So there were a lot of people who said the same thing that you said about the documentary that Kyrie posted. There were also people who said, what? That's BS. This isn't true. This is just fake propaganda. You don't think people would say the same thing about that, documentary that Candace Owens based her entire, I don't even know, approach towards them behind? Imagine being that gullible to put your entire reputation on the line behind one documentary. I'm sorry, family. That's a setup for disaster, dude. You're looking to lose, bro. And that's my thing. She's chasing ghosts, dog, to try to make herself valuable. That's what she did that for. She wanted to make herself valuable to the Trump administration and the far right because they already had their certain gripes towards the French government. You need to look that up. Do your research. All right. So when you're being used, and then at the same time, now they backed up and you saw them all chummy with the French government, and now you're about to get sued. Oh, yeah, there's going to be an incentive for her to try to expose all the people who have now distanced themselves from her and said that, Candace, we good. Sorry, you're on your own. It just is what it is, bro. That's where we're at now. And that's why I had to speak on Candace, because I could see from a mile away what she was doing, bro. Cool. All right. You think that she's standing on business. That's fine. But let me tell you, people lie. You said somebody from the French government showed up to her door. Yeah, sure. Where's the video?
Yeah.
Did she post a video? Did she post a video of herself, them at the door? These people showed up at my door. Because guess what? You know for a fact, if she had that video, she would post it, dog. You know that. You know that, bro. So if she had the proof to say that the French government showed up to her door, fine. But guess what? You know who had the proof about somebody showing up to their door? Nick Fuentes. Right? They had the police video, all that stuff about people who showed up to his house because he was talking that crap. All right. So, Candace, please, if the French government is doing that to you, fine. But guess what? She just tried to pass a motion to have the case dismissed. The lawyer did an interview with the news and said, nope, we're going full speed ahead. We have videos to prove everything, bro. She's cooked. So look, if people can get on the internet and lie, dog, fine. I could get on here and tell and say that they liars. That's all I'm saying, bro. I'll be holding it up. Like, I'm gonna hold the mirror up. If racists can get on this internet, they can get on Tom's internet and talk crazy about black people 24/7, 365. I can get on here and say, hey guys, there's a problem with young white youth right now shooting up every single dang place they show up to. I could say that the right wing showing up to HBCUs to antagonize black students is a problem. Why are you there? Anybody got anything to say to that? Please, because I'd love to hear it.
No, I wanted to know about the Kyrie Irving thing. Why did they like make like do a like? Why did they hate that?
Because he black. Because he black. Because he black, and he was scared. He wasn't scared enough to post a link about the truth. And then once he posted that link, all the Jewish people went out of their way to go and punish him and to say that that was disrespectful to their culture. They showed up to games with signs antagonizing him. All right. This will be happening, bro. It's different. Okay, cool. Sure. He posted a link that says that black people could be the real Jews. Whoa. Crazy concept. But now,
are you Christian or are you
Yeah, I'm Christian, bro. My dad is a pastor. All right.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I come from that background. But at the end of the day, it's wrong what they did to Kyrie for doing what everybody else say he's supposed to be doing. Right? Is free speech.
Mm-hmm.
He could post whatever he want to post on Twitter. It shouldn't be no problem with that. But they attacked him and made it seem like he posted something that was so anti-Semitic. And it was just a conceptual idea that a lot of people believe. So, okay, what? He's supposed to lose his endorsements because of that? But then, you know, people was mad about, oh, Jimmy Kimmel and all this other stuff. But it happened to black people all the time. Black people get doxxed off this internet for speaking the truth every single day. What? We get called victims. We have a victim mentality for speaking on injustices in the United States. Stuff that we've been dealing with for 400 years, man. It's crazy.
You think racism still exists today?
Bro, I'm in California, dog. I get discriminated against every single day, bro. Not from just white people.
Okay,
I just want you to understand, like I'm not one of those. Like I don't play with that type of stuff, bro. Like
but
I've been
you're not
discriminated
like
against. I've been
you're not like
followed
oppressed
in
though.
liquor stores. I've gone to nice restaurants where people try to treat me differently because I'm black. When I see them giving great service to everybody else, yeah, bro, I see it every day, fam. And guess what?
I don't think it exists.
I'm in those circles. You feel me? I've been at those tables. Like I'm a well-to-do black man. Like I'm not some knucklehead out here, bro.
Right.
So when it comes to this type of stuff, like I see it from a different perspective. Like I don't come from poverty. My family is really well off and a well-to-do family here in Long Beach. We are very well known.
Hey,
yeah.
I lived in downtown Long Beach like 4 months ago, for 2
Yeah,
years before I moved here.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. So yeah, like I don't have like any type of difference when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, racism definitely still exists. It's just in a different way now. Like people ain't gonna call you the N-word, no, like for sure. But guess what? They're gonna do it in different ways. They're gonna treat you like one when you're a regular to do, you know what I mean? Law-abiding citizen, right? You pay your taxes, you contribute. My family is a part of a big service community here. We run a food bank every Saturday in Long Beach.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when I'm seeing that type of energy, when I see people act the way that they act, yeah, I got to speak on that because I have a lot of people who look up to me in this community and who know that this is how I am and they want me to speak on this stuff. I get sent stories every single day, even with my little platform. Hey, Brandon, you should talk about this. You should talk about that. So yeah, like it 100% goes on, bro. I mean, you're Mexican, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't experience racism, bro?
I don't really think it exists. I just think that it's not between race. I just think it's between good and evil.
You don't think people stereotype you guys right now, especially right now with the ICE and everything going on? That don't make you feel some type of way as a Mexican?
I mean, yeah, I understand it, but at the same time, it's like the law, you got to be a citizen.
Okay.
Like, I mean, it's the law. I mean, I was born here, and I'm grateful. And my dad was an immigrant. Actually, he came from Honduras. Almost died getting here. Just worked shitty jobs.
So, what do you think about them when they're gonna change the birthright citizenship? What do you think?
What are they gonna change it to?
They're gonna change it to the birthright citizenship was only exclusively for the children of slaves. So anyone who isn't a child or a descendant of child of slaves will not be considered a birthright citizen. Oh, damn, you should look that up, bro. Trump did a press conference and everything on it. I'm just saying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I know, you feel me? Like you was born here for sure, but technically you would not be considered a birthright citizen. You know that, right?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I agree that first and foremost, let's fix our country before we start letting more people.
No, that's here, bro. That's here. Like that's what they'll do here. Like that's the point. Like they want to make that a thing because they already have targeted, right, illegal immigration, right? Like, okay, if you're here illegally, we're gonna get you up out of here, right? Boom, boom, boom. All right, cool.
I see.
Next wave is now the birthright citizenship. They're going to switch that now. Like I said, they have already made a distinction that birthright citizenship is exclusively for the children of slaves. All right. The descendants of the children of slaves. Right. So who is that? That is Black Americans, foundational Black Americans. Okay. And ADOS, right? African descendants of slaves. Right. That's us. Everybody else, it's up for y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand, you feel me? I support, you feel me? hey, do what you gotta do. But all I'm saying is, bro, like underneath that classification, you wouldn't be considered a birthright citizen, bro, even because you were born here. And that's the truth. Because look, I'll break it down like this, because I'm a very traveled man, of course. All right. My ex-girlfriend, she's from Argentina, right? Okay. So if she was to have a baby in Argentina, right, that would be considered an Argentinian citizenship for my baby, right? If my baby's born over there, right? But I would still have to go through a certain process, right? Y'all didn't have to do that when you was born. You just got your birth certificate. Boom, there you go, right? I'm telling you, bro, once
But
they
here's the
change
thing.
that.
Here's the thing. Life's not fair, man. Life's not fair.
Hey, Edgar,
You gotta
a different
adjust.
type of dude, man.
Bro, life's not fair. You have to adjust.
Okay, so then if you
if
they send you back to Honduras, you going? You going back to Honduras if they send you back?
Man, why am I not getting anything? Oh, this sucks. Oh, people hate me. People are against me. It wasn't until I claimed my own power and I was like, I don't care.
So if they send you back to Honduras, you cool with that?
I'm gonna run through that and I'm gonna make stuff happen for myself.
You cool with them sending you back to Honduras, though? You cool with
Huh?
them sending you back? You cool with them sending you back?
Yeah, if it's the law, sure. I mean, whatever.
Yo, you're tripping, bro.
but
Do
let's
you
get
know
back
how
to-
great America is? Are you tripping? You want to go back to Honduras?
Yeah, I know how great America is, so I don't know why you're complaining that it's so horrible. It's not a race war. It's a war between
Edgar. Edgar, I'm gonna have to mute you in a second. Let me go ahead and
go ahead. Talk.
All right, Mr. Edgar. So, like I just said, there is no point in advocacy if you do not speak against the injustices that are happening here every single day in America. I will not and should not, and I repeat, any Black American, if there's some BS going on in this world, we gonna talk about it. And I'm not gonna be quiet about it, family. Too bad. This is the country that you're in. Okay. In America, this is as American as American pie, baby. Apple pie and advocacy, baby. Protest, all right, and pizza. All right, that's the American way, baby. That's what we do here. We speak on the BS that goes on here, bro. And look, if you cool with being sent back and them changing everything up on you, fine, bro. But all I had to say, I just had to ask you, dog, because you here in America, right? You say you the first generation to be born here. Well, guess what? Trump said he about to change that. And I'm just trying to ask you if you cool with that. You said fine. You cool with that? Cool, bro. Like I said, you a different type of cat, man.
I mean, sure.
We don't have the same makeup. We're not of the same cloth. Like, for instance, like I could speak from the real part. All right. My great-great-grandfather, all right, my great-grandmother's father, okay, he was a runaway slave. All right. He ran away 3 times before he was able to get away. All right. So I have a specific bloodline to not listening to what anybody got to say. All right. I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm a free man. All right. And guess what? My ancestors built this country so I can say whatever I want to say. You feel me? This is all that stuff y'all be talking about, right? Free speech, right? The First Amendment. Yeah. It's unfortunate, Edgar. I feel bad for you, brother. You got some soul and some deep things you got to figure out within yourself, brother. You got to find your indigenous connections, man. Because some ain't connected inside of you, dog. Like you allowing the propaganda of America to infiltrate your mind, brother. What if your family was over there getting wiped up by ICE, bro? What if your dad got wiped up, family? That wouldn't affect you? You don't care? They would just be the law then?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro.
Is there anything that like you're saying that
Come
racism still
on,
exists?
man. Get it together, dog. Get it together, man. Come on. Get it out.
All right. Well, you're saying that racism still exists. Yet we had a can I finish a whole point without you saying something?
I say, yeah, bro. What the fuck? Go,
What are you
dog.
saying? You're saying racism still exists?
Yes.
Yeah, we had like Barack Obama, a great president, and then we had Kamala, a vice president.
Okay.
So my question is, what is there anything that a black person can't do now that a white person can't do? Or like, is there anything that is hindering? Everything's equal, right? Like, there's nothing that.
No, everything isn't equal. That's why we get on here. That's why we
Yeah,
talk. That's why we express ourselves online every single day,
so-
because everything isn't equal. We're saying that. That's why DEI was in there. DEI was there to try to level the playing field. Affirmative action was there to try to level the playing field. Integration was there to try to level the playing field. So, like I said, bro, like
is there anything that
you gotta dig deeper, family. You gotta do some history. If you wanna, do these debates and stuff, like you gotta look not only at your history, but you gotta look at Black history too before you know what I'm saying. You say stuff like that. Cause
Yeah, I know Black history.
Clearly you don't, bro. Because if you did, you would understand that racism does exist. It's like I'm trying to like be as like gentle with this as possible, because this is good content. Like, I like to cook racist, but like I'm trying to help you, because
How
like,
am I racist?
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm trying to like wake you up because you're from Honduras, bro. You have indigenous roots. Like you're brown, bro. We might be the same color in person. So you gotta like, something gotta click for you, family. I'm just trying to like help you, dog. That's it. Like, if you listen, man, like I said, it's on you to do the research. I'll let you.
Is there anything that a Black person can't do today that a white person can do? Like, is there anything hindering that a Black person can't do? Is my question. Like, name one thing that a Black
own a football team, own a basketball team.
That's not true.
A what else?
That's not true.
Let me continue though. Let me continue. It's very rare then. It's very rare. There we go. It's very rare that you would ever see a Black person own a basketball franchise. The only person was Michael Jordan, who's literally the best basketball player to ever live.
But they can, right? But they can, right?
Okay. Like I just said, though. These are systems, right? There are systems in place, bro. You got to understand there's levels to this shit. Like
Barack Obama. You ran the free world.
Do you understand where Barack Obama's family is? Do you understand the connections? No? Do you understand that George Bush and Barack Obama are cousins? Do you know that?
What?
You didn't, bro? Look it up. Don't do that. Don't come on here and not do your research, bro. Look it up.
Regardless.
Look it up, bro. It's very simple.
Regardless.
This is very simple stuff. Very simple research that you can do right now. You're not even running the show. You can go on your little computer and type in Barack Obama and George Bush, and it'll tell you everything to know. AI aggregated, family. Okay? Very simple stuff. Very simple stuff, dude. Very simple stuff.
You can't own a basketball, bro.
No.
That's the best example.
Don't.
That's your best example of my question.
We can continue,
Go
bro.
ahead. Go ahead.
We can continue. If you let me talk.
If
you let me talk.
On a basketball team,
let me talk.
They can.
Let me talk.
If
you let me talk, I can continue.
So that first point is wrong. Bring me another point.
It's right though, because you just proved my point, bro.
They
literally
can't.
just proved it. You literally just proved it. Like I
What was
said,
my-
there are systems in place. Do you think
You just
with
said
the
they
amount,
can, but it's rare.
bro?
You said
Let
they
me
can, but
cook.
it's
All right, now I
rare.
gotta mute you, dog. Now I gotta mute you. Now I gotta mute you, bro. I'm sorry, you got muted. So, guys, like I said, there is only a certain amount of black ownership when the league is 80% black. Tell me how that worked. That one owner over the entire existence of any league. No. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and then okay, I will continue. All right. Are you? I know, but you're muted. That's how it goes. Are you good now? You good? You can talk. We're going to mute you. All right. So, like I said, there was also systems in place for black folks to not even be able to buy homes in areas that they were wanting to, dude. Are you familiar with anything when it comes to redlining? How old are you, bro?
29.
There's
So that's
no excuse then. There's no excuse, dog. There's no excuse then, dog. You're almost 30, bro. You're almost 30.
So that's the example you have that they can't own a basketball team?
Bro, I just asked you, did you know what redlining is? So we can get into another.
What is redlining?
Okay.
What is redlining?
Redlining was a system that was put in place for black people to not be able to buy homes in specific communities. All right. And you want to know how I know? Because that happened here in Southern California. All right. Look it up. Go ahead and do your Google, take some time to do a history lesson. All right. So when you tell me that there is not systemic racism in America, you're crazy, bro. Because guess what? There was also a time where Compton was a great area. And then what happened? They called it white flight. Every single white person who lived in Compton left, bro. And then they allowed the community to become impoverished so that black people could be there. And then it went overboard. And then guess what? Black people start murdering each other. Yeah, that's what happens in poverty, family. But hey,
So
man, you're not bringing much to the conversation, dog. You gotta bring something to the conversation. You gotta be able to go back and forth, bro.
All right, so I listened to his name is Jesse Lee Peterson. So he actually grew up during the Jim Crow laws, and he said life was better back then simply because black.
Jason Lee Peterson is like
the
you're consuming, bro. For black men and representation of black men, bro. I feel bad for you, dog. Hey, man, you gotta stop. You gotta like. Don't just listen to just coon stuff, bro. It can't just be Candace Owens and Jason Lee Peterson. Who else you listen to? Officer Tatum. You listen to him too. The twins. What's the twins' name? The conservative twins. You listen to them too. Because it aligns with your ideology. You don't listen to anything else outside of that.
Can I finish my point?
Go ahead, man. A coon.
So he says he actually grew up on a plantation, and he says life was better back then only because people were more respectful to each other, and now you see so much hate. But the reason why he says this is because he says
I hate that I have to do this to you, dog.
I know. Listen,
dude, I hate that I gotta do.
Listen. He says this. He says that,
man, I hate this shit.
Back then the black community really valued the nuclear family, having a mother, having a father, having getting married and having children. Because black people back then used to own property as well, and he used to like work on a plantation and do all this stuff. And I mean, yes, it was a lot harder back then. I think that's horrible. But I think when they decided to, I think the black community collapsed when they took the man out of the family and they endorsed the man not being there. And that caused chaos.
Edgar, I gotta cut you off, bro. I gotta cut you off, bro. Because what you're doing is you're not even acknowledging like any of the systems that were put in place that had that happen, dog. I feel bad for you,
Yeah.
family. Like I do, because like you just don't
Dude,
get it. Like you don't,
those
bro.
are the ones
And like some people are just not, you know, like you're just never gonna get it, dog. I feel bad, man, because like, you know, seem like a chill guy. But let me bring this to the stage real quick. You see this picture? Can you see that?
Mhm.
Those are my great grandparents. All right. This is my grandpa's father and mother. All right. And that's my great aunt right there. Okay. You know where this is? This is in your city. This is in Tucson, Arizona.
How long ago was that?
This is my great grandparents. My great grandparents. All right. So my grandpa's father. All right.
Right.
Okay. So when people talk about like, oh, they grew up on a plantation and all this stuff, bro. My grandpa grew up on a horse farm in Tucson, Arizona, bro. Okay. The sob stories and the BS subservient mindset, that's going to come from a person who grew up on a plantation. Do you not see the sociological aspect of this, the psychosis of somebody who grows up underneath white supremacy and someone who doesn't? My grandfather and great grandfather, that's acres and acreage of horses. Okay, a horse farm, black freemen, not oh, we were growing up on a plantation, we were this, we were that. No, a real family, bro. Real cowboys. Okay, you see that?
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, this is real history. All right,
Were they?
See that?
Were they?
And it's not in no. He ain't in no slot clothes. He's not looking. No, he's clean. All right, the best of the best. You see
So
those shackles on that horse, bro? You know how much that cost back in them days?
You just
see
proved
that
my
saddle?
point. Was he oppressed? He looks pretty rich, bro.
So
That's a
when I
nice
tell
horse.
people, so listen, he
So he was
still got
rich?
called N-words. That man right there, with all that, like you just said,
Words.
thank you for proving my point, brother. With all that, he still got called N-words. He still got mistreated. He still had to go around and look over his shoulder and be afraid that somebody was going to lynch him. So the audacity for you to come on here and try to disrespect. Yes, disrespect, bro. To try to make it seem like racism doesn't exist, that's disrespectful to my ancestors, bro. To the people that I just showed you right there. So don't come on here and try to make it seem like racism don't exist when my family
oh my God.
did everything that they were supposed to and still got mistreated. Still got treated like they were less than. Still got treated like they were not humans. So I will bid you adieu, my friend. It's been real. Thank you. But enough. You are now banished to the shadow realm. Much love to you, family. But no one will come on my platform and disrespect my ancestors and what they've done and say that racism doesn't exist. I feel sorry for that brother. That's a brother from Honduras, man. Look at the state. Look at the state of these people, man. You got people who don't even understand what's going on. Don't even understand that he is under the white supremacy. He don't even know. That's crazy, bruh. That's crazy, bro. They gonna change the birthright citizenship and they gonna get Edgar up out of here, man. He don't even know it. He didn't even know. He didn't even know that that's about to happen. Okay? These are the type of people that they got up here, y'all. People lost, man. A man from Honduras, his daddy came down here for a better life. And he over here saying that it would have been okay if his daddy got picked up by ICE. That's sad, bro. That's content right there. Like I'm gonna chop that content up. I feel bad for Edgar, man. Edgar just became content because that's crazy, bro. So unfortunate, man, that we got a lot of lost souls, though. A lot of lost souls out here, man. People who don't have no knowledge of self, no real roots, no connection to their roots. Okay? It's unfortunate, man. Now you got people like this. Edgar Ramirez, man. It's been real, Edgar. I really do hope, you know what I'm saying, you figure it out, brother, because it's gonna be too late if you keep messing around, man. You keep, you know, in these spaces, you know, keeping those right-wing spaces, bro. You might end up somewhere alone, and you know what they do when you alone. Okay. So you be careful, Edgar. I really do hope you be careful, man, because it's a cold world out here, man, and they ain't gonna let up on you, bro. Like I said, they're gonna remind you that you an N-word. You know what I'm saying? You might be a Mexican N-word, but you still N-word in their eyes, okay? And that's why I had to show the history. Whether my family came from great history, whether they were slaves, whatever, they still got treated a certain way because they was black. All right? So enough. We're not gonna argue this anymore, all right? We went over here, we cooked. You know what I'm saying? I got some great content to use, and we're gonna laugh and we're gonna move on to the next thing. So salute to everybody out there. Much love to the chat. Everybody who came through showing love. You feel me? It's Elite Media. Elite Media. You feel me? It's Elite Media. I wear that shit on my chest because it stands for something. You feel me? Everybody out there, salute to y'all. Much love. We're gonna keep it coming. I might pull up tomorrow, man. You know, I might pull up tomorrow. If there's more stuff going on, more to talk about, because there's always something going on. It's a lot going on, and plenty of us to talk. So salute to y'all. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you guys show love in the comment section. Let me know what needs to work, what I'm doing, what you like, what you dislike. We need all that feedback, man. So salute to everybody who came through, man. You know what we gonna do. We gonna say and always stand on business at Elite Media, man. So big applause to everybody who came through, man. You guys, love you all. Peace.